Hey everyone, it's Kori Maru and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to dive into a discussion about the House of the Dead Remake, a modernized version of the classic Sega AM1 rail shooter. Released 2 years ago on the Nintendo Switch before making its way to other consoles, this remake boasts updated graphics and controls. If you have been following this channel for a while, some of you may have known that while I aim to make Sega content, I am a big fan of the House of the Dead series, and if you've seen my review as well, you probably know that I've actually enjoyed the game. While it's not one-on-one with the original in some aspects, I still play it from time to time whenever I want to shoot away at creatures solo or with a friend and still enjoy it for replay value. However, I feel like the House of the Dead remake is missing something in terms of features. Not just one, but quite a few that I've been thinking about for quite some time after 100%ing the game. In earlier House of the Dead games that were released on consoles, the games had extra features to provide more replay value, like with the original game and the second game. You had Saturn and Original Mode, where you can play as other characters with unique stats and weapons to play through the game as, and the Boss Rush mode to test your time attack skills against all of the bosses. In the remake, you only had Horde mode, which gives the game more similarities to the latest House of the Dead games like the House of the Dead 4 and Scarlet Dawn, with multiple creatures on the screen, the ability to switch score options from classic to modern, and unlockable weapons at your disposal. But I feel like the remake could have had more to offer, and the developers behind the game at Megapixel Studio SA probably didn't have enough time to include more features in the game. In this video, I'll be listing my personal thoughts on the missing features I wish that were included in the House of the Dead remake. If you would like me to make more discussion videos like these with other Sega games, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below. Let's get started on with the list with number 5, Cowboy Mode. Cowboy Mode was supposed to be a feature included in the House of the Dead remake for Nintendo Switch as a free update after release, where one player can use 2 weapons while dual-wielding Joy-Cons. The game released on the Switch, then PC, and other consoles after that. So what happened with Cowboy Mode? My assumption is that the developers probably had to cut the mode due to time constraints and had to work on other projects during the meantime. It's unfortunate, but if they plan to work on it again, I think it would be a good feature for the House of the Dead 2 remake at least. Number 4, more concept art. When it comes to game development, I love looking at concept art and how it was made to be implemented into the game. While we did receive a gallery mode for the game and get a chance to glimpse at the details of the creatures, weapons, and achievements, I wish I could say the same for the other characters in the game like the AMS agents and non-playable characters. It just feels incomplete without them. The only way you can see the other concept art of the other characters in the game is through either the official House of the Dead remake social channels or ArtStation, where artists who worked on the game share their work in their portfolio. Number 3, Boss Rush and Time Attack mode. In the original ports of the House of the Dead in its third installment, the games featured a Boss Rush and Time Attack mode to test players into defeating any boss and the game with the fastest time. It would have been a cool feature for speedrunners to practice their skill to see if they could achieve world records. I assume that developers may not have enough time to implement these features into the final game. Number 2, Typing mode for Steam. What made the House of the Dead series special for so many people were not just only the fast gun shooting action or the cheesy voice acting, but its weirdly fun adapted spin-offs like the Typing of the Dead. The Typing of the Dead is essentially the House of the Dead 2 with keyboard typing gameplay. You get to see AMS agents with keyboards and Dreamcast backpacks, kill creatures by typing silly sentences, and take on many challenges to help you become a fast typer. You may not be able to get it in the first remake, but it's a requirement for the second. I think if Forever Entertainment can approach Sega to make typing versions of the remakes, I think it would make many fans happy. If Typing of the Dead Overkill did it, so can the remakes. Finally, we are here with the number 1 on the list of missing features that I wish was in the House of the Dead remake, and that is more playable characters. In the original Sega Saturn and PC ports of the game, there is a unique mode that allows you to play as different variants of Rogan and G, along with Sophie and the female DBR scientists with their own unique stats in terms of life, bullet damage, amount of chambers, and reload speed. The remake's modern score mode does allow you to select Rogan or G to play as in the game, but I wish there was some way to play as the other characters to add more replay value. In an interview featured on Wiki of the Dead, the developers mentioned features like Boss and Saturn modes were to be included in future updates, and it has already been 2 years since then. If you see this video, I'm calling on the modding community to step up and make this happen. Sophie deserves her moment to shine. And that is my list of features I wish were in the House of the Dead remake. With the House of the Dead 2 in development, I hope to see it officially announced this year because fans have been waiting for a long time other than materials being made to promote the game. I have my fingers crossed that the House of the Dead 2 remake can keep all of its modes from the original Dreamcast port and maybe add a few new features to give the game a modern touch to it. What other features do you wish were featured in the House of the Dead remake? Let me know in the comments below. If you would like to see more House of the Dead and Sega content, be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Until then, see you next time, my AMS friends.